Florida real estate crashing. The big story, of course, is the slowing of sales all across our state.
This video is going to show you what's happening and what that means to you.
And trust us, you want to stick around because this is huge. Not only will it keep you knowledgeable and informed, but we could also save you a lot of money. And who doesn't want that?
No, this is our monthly report. We're doing this July 1st, first thing in the morning. We do this every single month and we do it mid-month. So hit subscribe. You'll get updated with real data because this is actually current as opposed to waiting 3 months to get this stuff.
Yeah, it's not stale. It's all current and fresh just for you.
That's it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you want to throw a comment in there, we will answer your questions. I promise. Let's get to it. What's the first topic?
The first thing we have to look at, of course, is the number of homes sold. And this is what has really freaked us out.
We start on these graphs. We always start on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, you'll notice that for July, it shows our June numbers, which means we sold 2,942 homes. Let's look at the representation from last year. And that July number representing June was 3,358 homes. And the year before was 3,594 homes. So we were pretty consistent in our busiest time of year, 2022 and 23, but we're down a little bit now.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that, and we all know why. We've talked about
interest rates.
Well, of course, and supply and demand. We're going to cover that. But here's what I'm concerned with. Take a look now at what happened after our June reporting, which is our July report you see on this graph. It continues to drop all the way down to January. But here's the scary part, Jackie. It started at 3,300. We're starting at 2,900. We're already further down. That's number of souls. Our sales are plummeting right now.
Yeah, we knew that though. I mean, we've been talking about that for a long time. And we're encouraging people not to buy houses right now, right? Just kind of stay put.
Which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at across the country.
So now we're going to take a look at the entire country. And what we're looking at is the number of homes available or the inventory across the entire country, and pay particular attention to everything in red.
So starting off with Florida, Florida has 137,000 homes currently available. Now, even last month, we were at 135,000, so it's continuing to rise. Now, that has something to do with days on market. We'll cover that in just a few seconds. The other states you're looking at on here, we have Texas with 101,000. We have California with 48,000. North Carolina and New York hovering at the 26 and the 32,000 homes for sale. The thing that's most telling is that Florida has the most amount of homes on the market. Now, think about supply and demand.
Yeah, the more supply, the less demand.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of supply and not a lot of people buying.
Let's talk about pricing in just a couple of seconds. Now, there's one other graph I want to show you all. Take a look at this. We have some other states that are red. Obviously, Florida is, and it's leading with 69.9, 70% increase in inventory year over year. That's crazy. Now,
that is crazy.
The reference point is let's look at the other states that are out there as well. We're not seeing Texas and California and New York in there, but what we are seeing is
Arizona.
Arizona's in there at this point, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, and all of those are in the 40s, except for Arizona. That's the only one close to us. That's at 68%. We are still leading the country in number of homes on the market and increase in inventory year over year. Yikes.
There's an article we want to talk about as well. U.S. home sales down amid record high prices and mortgage rates. But we all knew that, George.
It's obvious, of course. Well, there's more in here, though. Let's take a look.
Existing home sales fell 0.7% last month from April to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.11 million, and that's according to the National Association of Realtors. Sales also fell 2.8% compared with May last year, and according to FactSet, the latest sales were slightly higher than the 4.07 million pace that economists expected.
So what's that mean? Well, I thought we would see a recovery this spring, and we're not seeing it. Now, that's NAR's chief economist who said that.
That's
now,
huge.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. But wait, there's more. It's a strange phenomenon, says Yun, who's the chief economist for NAR. We've had low home sales activity. Prices are still hitting record highs, and homes look like they're getting multiple offers. Yes, they are, because everybody's overpriced at this point. And we're going to cover that as well. Here's the summary of this. When we're talking about the number of homes sold, that really indicates what kind of buyer activity is out there. And there's a lot of homes that are hidden inventory that are sitting on the market. They're not getting offers, they're not getting anything, and they're probably getting some showing. But what they're doing is they're helping sell the homes that are priced really well.
That's what we always say. You got to price your house to sell.
100%. If you're buying a home, you got more to choose from. Holy smoke, you got more in Orlando or in Florida than you do anywhere else in the country. Let's carry on.
It's a really good time right now to ask for a huge favor. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, it would really mean a lot to George and I. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We love you, and just thank you so much.
So let's take a look at the average sale price. We're going to go back to the big board for that one.
The average sales price, and we always look at the far right, is $478,683. It hasn't really changed.
It's really hovered there for the past couple of months. I don't expect it's going to go much higher. In fact, I think it's, well, that's foreshadowing. Will support what's going to happen real soon, and hopefully I don't get a pie in my face.
Yeah, we don't want to do that again.
Remember that last prediction? Yeah. For all of you that missed it, this is what it looked like when I predicted the mortgage rates would drop by, I don't know, December of last year or February. This is what I got.
He really deserved that. He's embarrassed by it, but he deserved it.
That hurt. She's got a strong arm. But let's get to business. This article is by Realtor.com as well. Is a pricing correction or a crash ahead? See where home prices are poised to fall next. She hasn't seen this yet because I just found it. I said, this has got to be used. This one, let me take over. This is some scary shit. What you're looking at is a US active inventory per 10,000 homes. Now, check this out. In the top center, Palm Beach, Melbourne, Titusville, the red line is their active inventory jumping through the roof. In the middle is Daytona Beach. To the right in the middle is Ocala. Lower left hand, Orlando, Kissimmee, and then Pensacola, Ferry Pass, Brent, Florida. This is a nationwide forecast, and we have five with inventory levels going through the roof. So Florida's in a pretty precarious situation. But I got one more graph I want to show you. This is the one that I was like really uncomfortable with. So what you're looking at is the areas where our prices are falling in Florida, as well as mounting inventory, time on market, but the home prices are still rising. So we've seen our home prices falling in the southeast and west part of Florida, as that indicates, and we're seeing mounting inventory, times on market, but the home prices still aren't falling. This is Brevard. This is the Orlando area.
Central Florida.
Basically, the entire eastern shore, we have around Tallahassee, Pensacola. All of these places are showing increasing inventory, but they haven't seen prices drop. What's the optimum word? Yet.
So based on the numbers, we can probably expect to see a price correction in these areas.
So that kind of covers the average sale price. We expect that it's probably going to drop a little bit. We've been lucky enough to stay flat, but South Florida hasn't gotten away from it. Their prices are going down.
I seem to think that whatever happens in South Florida, it comes up our way.
100%. Yeah. Same thing. It's like if it starts in California, it moves this direction as well.
So okay,
let's keep going. Next topic, days on market.
What you're looking at here is a little over 2 years of days on market, and far right column shows we are currently at 49 days on the market.
Now go back 1 year and we're at 37 days on market. And then if we go back again, we're at 21 days on market in 2022. Obviously a lot have impacted that, but let's dig in with some other images that may be supportive. What you're looking at right now is the days on market year over year comparison, last year, this year. And we are currently at 61 days on market. That means it's increased. The next closest to us is Louisiana with 60. Now, just looking at the reds, they're all in the 50s, but all of us in Florida are seeing more days on market, and that isn't a good thing. And it's not just in one area, it's the entire state, and our state is leading the charge. Again, numbers don't lie.
That's why something's going to happen.
Okay, let's take a look at the big boards again. Interest rates, 7.32%. And that is for a conventional loan. Now, how we figure those out is we use 740 credit score. We say the loan is a $300,000 loan with a great credit score, and we're putting down 20%. That comes out to 7.3. It's a little bit higher than it truly is, but we've used this for every one of them. And now take a look at this graph. You'll see the interest rates go up, and they've really kind of plateaued the last year or so. However, I wanted you to see what that looked like year over year and over the last couple of days. And that's this graph, the interest rate graph from where we pull our data from.
You know what's so interesting is I'm noticing some buyers are now accepting this as the norm, and they're saying, 7%, it's not that bad. And I'm like, what? You know, they're just getting so used to the percentages being that high, which is really sad, but it's just becoming white noise to them at this point.
Logically, they're going to come down. We had interest rates at 19% when you and I were growing up, which, well, not her, but me, back in the 80s with Carter, and then as Reagan took over. And we've seen our interest rates fluctuate. And this isn't historically a very bad rate, but based on the world economy at this point, it really does need to be a little lower. High fives, low sixes is going to be perfectly acceptable, and that's sustainable year over year. Interest rates are an issue. In fact, they are the causing problem because everybody's freaked out, just like you said. We've got a couple more things to cover, and then we'll get you out of here. So it's important to note that the Fed is not going to meet again until July 30th and 31st. Their following meeting is in September. And overall, the reductions that they're talking about, if they're going to do, is they're going to reduce supposedly a quarter basis point, which is 0.25% or a quarter of a percent of an interest rate. And they do that a maximum of 2 times. The only time they could do that, they can do it end of July, they could do it in September, they're going to do it in November, and they may do it around Christmas, but that's like December 13th. That's too close. Logically, if they're feeling it, they're going to do it as soon as they can. But even a quarter basis point isn't going to get us out of this interest rate issue. It's going to take fixing our economy. Vote, please. There you go. That's my political statement. So last thing we're going to get to is affordability, because affordability really is the mother beast for everybody. We're going to use Central Florida as an example. Back to the big board. Starting at the right-hand side, well, basically, you don't even need to look at the right-hand side. Just look at half of it. It has been unaffordable forever. The real important line is 50%. That's the top. That's the one that's highlighted right now. Anytime affordability goes higher than 50%, you cannot get a mortgage. Now think about this. How that works is it's your principal and interest, not your taxes, not your insurance. Oh my God, you didn't see it. She doesn't watch it. I do. There's a freaking hurricane that's going into it's going to hit the islands in 2 days. I swear to God. The Caribbean, St. Martin or St. Lucia, the Grenadines.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Our daughter's boyfriend is actually in the Grenadines right now in Tobago and all, and they're going to have to evacuate. Literally, it's coming in as a Category 3.
Oh, you're kidding.
So you've got insurance that's through the roof. But what this graph indicates is simply that it's principal and interest. And if it's over 50%, which it can't be, you can't get a loan. So
sad.
Here's our forecast. The prices are going to come down a little bit. If you're going to sell right now. If you're going to buy, hang tight. I mean that sincerely, with great respect. If you're going to buy, hang tight. If you're going to sell, get it on the market. Don't overprice it. Don't be crazy. If you're going to buy, wait. If you can't wait, that's cool. You're going to do a refi, 100% guaranteed. As soon as the rates get a little lower, you're absolutely going to have to do a refi on this one because you have to be able to afford your rates. Right now, this affordability index is a household that makes $100,000 that lives in Central Florida. That's what we use as affordability. We use our average sale price based on what our average taxes are, millage rates, everything else, and we came up with our affordability. That's it. It's too high. And we're also proven to be 29% over inflated as well. And
that's because sellers are still getting very greedy. They keep pushing it, and every time I go on a listing appointment, I have to say, don't do it. What?
Well, no,
it's true. It's like they're just greedy. And even though we show them the comparables and we're like, this is what the value is, this is what appraising. We're the experts, we're studying it. They still want to push it, and that's why the homes are sitting on the market.
That's it. Well, to be fair, if the sellers are pricing it properly, they're getting a lot of activity and their home is selling because the buyers that are out there are very knowledgeable. So don't think you can, last one sold for $475,000. I should be able to get $525. Bullshit.
That's crazy.
Those days are over. They're long gone. They were 2 years ago. We could do that. When the buyers were highly motivated, they had great rates, they had great affordability and all that. That's not the case anymore. Be smart, be informed, do what you need to do. If you got to sell, then get some advice on how to do it. If you got any questions, obviously give us a call. If you want to know what your home's value is, I will do you one better than what I'm going to show you right now. I'll actually do a custom report for you if you're in the Central Florida area because I have full access to all of that very soon in the entire state. In the meantime, on my behalf,
also in Palm Beaches now.
We are in the Palm Beaches and we're in Daytona, Volusia County. So we're growing very quickly across the entire state of Florida. My name is George Philbeck. This is my talented and incredibly smart wife, Jackie, who's also right behind us.
And before we go, I just have to point out that this entire time you had palm fronds coming out the back of your head. Yikes! I'm sure some of you were laughing at it.
Yeah.
Very cute.
See, that's our
studio. He needs the help.
Thanks so much. We'll see you real soon. By the way, the next video we're putting on behind here, you want to watch that one. It was our #1 video, and it's got some good information for you.
Bye.
So the reports that we create for our friends and our family include, obviously, the information about the home, as well as the current estimated value, as you're seeing on these 2 pages. Now, we also go a lot deeper into home facts and the extended home facts as well. And this allows us to really refine our value. And you'll actually see that the last page we're going to talk about is the refined home value, which includes some adjustments that would be made as well. Now, this is a 81-page report that will be sent to you that is very specific to your home, your community, and everything else. It is important that you have all the facts when making such an important decision.